Okay. Good evening, everyone. It's another amazing Monday God has blessed us with. And we thank God for this opportunity always. We don't take it for granted when we meet together every Monday evening so that we can fill ourselves with business, a business opportunity that has helped us and that is going to help many people. My role today is very simple. I'm stepping in for Paul, who is on transit coming from Tanzania. And I'm very privileged to actually be the one to invite our guest speaker, as always, a gentleman I hold in very high regard because he's been my mentor for so many years, Pascal and his wife, Betty. And so mine is just that very humble and simple role of actually inviting him so that, as always, he can feed us with what he has for us today and to welcome the guests. So over to you, Pascal.
Thank you very much, Gladys. I really appreciate the time you've taken to introduce. I see Jesse there is very ready to share his experience. Hi, Jesse, how are you? It's really wonderful. It's another Monday. I'm sure all the distributors in Africa are very, very excited, especially after yesterday's convention in Dar es Salaam. So I'm very excited to share this evening with you. For those of you who are our guests, we would like to welcome you just to share some business ideas. And for me, this business has completely transformed and changed my life. It has transformed and changed my family's life. So if you bear with me, I want to share the screen with you. So what is this business that we want to talk to you about? First, by introduction, my name is Pascal Oloo. I am a Kenyan by birth. I've been living in South Africa for the last 26 years. And the reason why Betty and I left Kenya to come to South Africa is very simple. We were looking for a better life. You know, at that time when I left Kenya, Kenya's economy was going down. And you know, when the economy of any country is going down, one of the first places that is affected is the government does not put money in infrastructure. And this affects civil engineers. So we came to South Africa because we were looking for a better life. I enrolled to do a postgraduate course in construction management at WITS. And when I finished, I also had a job with a consulting firm. But I remember so clearly when I finished my postgraduate course and I spoke to my employer, not a single cent of increase in my income. And that really frustrated me because after spending 2 more years and an extra $4,000 to get a postgraduate course, there's not an increase in my income. And that really got me frustrated. So by chance, one of my wife, Betty's friend, called her and asked her if she'd like to do a business. And she said yes. That's Betty and myself. Betty said yes to this business because she couldn't get a job in Pretoria. Secondly, one of our children has got sickle cell and required one parent to be full-time to be able to look after the child. So that is what really got us started in the business. Our original goal was to earn an extra $200 a month that would supplement my income. And we started the business, and our first income in the business was $3. And that really excited me because it showed me that the business works the way it was taught. And we kept on building it. After 7 months, our income reached $1,000. That's when I really paid attention to the business. And we worked very hard. After 3 years, the business was was earning us 3 times my salary, and I fired my boss. So if you're a guest, there are many reasons why you came to attend this presentation. If you look earlier, what is the mission of our company? Our mission of our company is to make the world a healthier and a happier place. But that always starts with you. Because if everybody else is healthy and happy and you're not, it doesn't make much difference to you. Okay? So what is this business? Before I get into how to explain what the business we do is, There are 4 ways that people use to generate income. The first one is called a job. That is when you work for somebody and at the end of the month, they pay you a salary. It's good because the responsibility for getting the money to pay you is with somebody else. But it's a challenge because jobs have become very insecure. Because of technology, because of the way people are able to do more with less people, employers are beginning to reduce the number of people who work for them, but they're able to generate sufficient income because of technology. And also in the job place, there's a lot of internal politics. The second way that people use to generate money is called self-employment. That is when you start a business, you get some money, probably your life savings or something, you invest in a business to produce a product or provide a service to the public. The challenge with this is that if you are not there physically, your income doesn't come in. If you fall sick, if you want to visit relatives, if you want to take holiday, if your family needs your attention, it means non-income comes in. The third way that people use to generate income is big businesses. These are people who invest huge capital, they employ a lot of people, and with a lot of people is a lot of labor problems. They invest in systems to build their businesses. This option is available to very few people who can get access to huge capital. The fourth way that people use to generate income is called investment. That is, when you have money, extra money over and above what you need to live on, but you need 2 other things. That is knowledge and the skill of investment. There's a 5th way, which is available to very, very skilled and talented people. These are sports people, professional sports people, authors, musicians, people who are highly skilled in whatever they do. They use their talent to generate income. But the question is there a criteria to determine that this is an ideal business? I think there is if it has the following elements. Number 1, the capital you need to start the business is very low. In our business, you need between $60 and $100 to start a global business. Number 2, you need to get involved in distribution of goods and services because people need these things. Number 3 is you need to have a global reach. That is, you need to be able to have access to a large group of people to be able to sell your products or services. Our company does business in over 50 countries around the world. In Africa, we do business in 14 countries. And we've got in those 14 countries, the population is about 450 million people. That's about 40% of Africa's population. The 4th element is leverage. Leverage simply means you find a way to multiply your time, your effort, and your income earning ability so that your income doesn't depend on you alone, but depends on the people that you cooperate with to increase your income earning ability. The 5th element is consumable and high quality products. Why consumable? Because a consumable product has a repeat sale. You see, a pair of shoes is not consumable. Soap is consumable because people use it every single month and people use it every single day, and when it's finished, they go and buy some more. So a consumable product is good because it has a repeat sale. Then the other important element of an ideal business is you need a business system. Why is this critical? This is critical because if you're a business owner, you should be able to go away from your business and your business doesn't collapse. So a business system is a series of tools, equipment, procedures that allows you to run your business even in your absence. And the last one is timing. Timing is very critical in this because if you start the business at the wrong time, then your business doesn't gain traction or your business doesn't grow as you expect it to grow. These, I think, are very simple criteria to identify an ideal business. Now, what is network marketing? What is this business that we are talking about? This business is a system of distribution of goods and services. Okay? What does that mean? It means that you need to learn how to distribute goods and services to the public. If I'm making a certain item, let me say I'm making a consumable product. If I need to take the products to the public, I need to be able to take it through a middleman to the consumer. So what we do in our business, between the manufacturer and the consumer, we cut out all middlemen who affect the cost of the product. So we cut out the middleman. We don't have advertising in our business. We do advertising by word of mouth. We don't have wholesalers or retailers. Products are explained to customers clearly on a one-to-one basis. And we are paid if we successfully refer customers to the company. That means when customers put in an order to purchase products, that's when we are paid. Products are researched and developed on your behalf by the company. That's why, although you're in the business for yourself, but you're not in the business by yourself, because Neolife has built infrastructure in 50 different countries around the globe. We don't have any qualifications except three things. One is you need to have a desire to succeed. Number two, you need to be teachable. That is the willingness to learn. Number three, just sheer hard work. If you have these three things going for you, you're likely to be very successful in the business. And this company started in 1958 by a gentleman called Jerry Brasfield. Jerry Brasfield, in his teenage years, had very, very serious asthma, and his mother gave him natural remedies, and his asthma was put under control and was cured. And he decided, I might as well share this idea with the rest of the world. Now, starting in 1958 in a small town called Porterville in California, Mr. Jerry Brasfield had no idea that this business is going to become a global business. And why has it lasted this long? Because we believe in certain basic principles. The first is absolute integrity and honesty. We need to tell our customers, our distributors, the people who interact with us, the truth about our products and the truth about our business. The second important thing is the most important resource we have is people. People are number one in our business. Why? Because if you don't have people, you don't have anything. Number three is products that work. Neolife spends considerable amount of time and effort and money to develop the highest quality of products in their category. That's why they formed the Scientific Advisory Board, whose job is just to do research, development, manufacturing of the products, and put in place a quality control system which is second to none in the world. The fourth element is equal opportunity for everybody. Everybody who starts the business starts at the same level, okay? And the only way you grow in the business is by sheer hard work on how to build your network. And the last one is long-range vision. You need to have a long-range vision in this business. When you start the business, I would suggest to you initially, give it a 2 to 5 year horizon. Because we believe that if you apply the system the way it is taught, within a 2 to 5 year period, you should be able to financially independent. That means that the income you earn from the business is going to be able to support your family if you put the right effort into the business. Okay, so why do people start this business? People start this business for so many different reasons. Some people start the business because they want a better life for their children. Some start the business because they want to buy good houses or build good houses. Some people start the business because they love fancy cars. Some start the business because they want to buy holiday homes. Some start the business because they just want to make extra money. Initially, it may be a little money, but as the business grows, that money can become a lot of money. Some people start the business because they want to be physically fit or healthy. So when you start the business, you're going to partner with a company that is more than 60 years old. Operating in over 50 countries around the world, is supported by Scientific Advisory Board, a group of scientists whose job is just to develop the finest products in their category. Which products are these? There are 4 ranges of products. The first one is called the home care range, or the golden home care range. Products you need for cleaning your bathroom, your kitchen, your toilet, your tiles, your carpets, anything in your home that requires cleaning, we have the products. The next one is the personal care products. Personal care products are things like hair shampoos, hair conditioners, hand and body lotion, things you need to make yourself clean and smart. The third range is nutrients organics, that is products for your skin. Okay. Why? Because the biggest organ you have in your body is your skin. And the last one is the healthcare range, the healthcare supplements. The healthcare supplements constitute the largest sales of our business. Now, how does this business work? This business works when you get involved in what we call the 3 daily success habits. There are three things you need to do every single day to grow your business. The first, use the products. Okay. Why do you need to use the products? 2 very good reasons. 1, you're supporting your own business. Number 2 is that I think it's only fair to speak to people about the products that you yourself has used or is using. So we ask you to change your buying habits. Instead of buying products from the normal supermarket, you're buying this range of products from your own business. Okay. Now, because Neolife operates in over 50 countries around the world, the company devised what we call the point value system to measure the standardize or measure the size of business. Okay. The second thing we do in the business is we share the business opportunity. That means we introduce other people to become distributors like ourselves or users of the products. And what do? They also use the products. In this example, let's say you're using 100 PV worth of products. 100 PV worth of products is about $160 worth of business. So 100 PV in a month, you introduce 6 families or 6 people to do the same. Those people also use 100 PV, you'll have built a business of 700 PV. If you do that, you become a manager and your income is about $45 a month, all right? The next thing you do is you start in teaching the people you've introduced to the business also to introduce others to be product users. If you do that, and this, let me say the person on the top right corner introduces 2 people each. And each of those 2 people introduced 2, you'll have a unit doing 700 PV plus the other 6 gives you 1,300. You become a senior manager and your income is about $90 a month. The next thing is you teach the people you brought into the business to duplicate what you do. That means they do what you do. That is, they use the products in their homes and they share products with their friends. If you do that, you'll get 6 units doing 700 PV plus yourself, gives you 4,300 points or 4,300 PV. Your income is between $580 and $700 a month. You become a director in the business. If you do that, what is the next thing you do? Some people will not be interested in the business. Some people just want to say, Pascal, I'm not interested in the business. I just want to use the products. These people who use the products are our customers. And because they're not registered, they buy products from us and we make a profit of 20%. The third thing we do in our business on a continuous basis, on a daily basis, is personal development. Personal development simply means that you take time to learn about the business, you take time to be a better person, a better business leader, so that you can grow a business with the support of your sponsor or the support of the person who brought you into the business, okay? So you undergo training, support, personal development material, you attend conferences, you attend seminars, you attend training events, you listen to CDs, DVDs, YouTube videos, so that you can become a business leader. But you see, some people are not interested in just $500, $700. They may be interested in more. If you're interested in more income in this business, just make sure that people you introduce into the business become directors like yourself. If you help one person to become a director, your income is about $1,000 a month. If you help 3 people to become directors, you reach a Ruby level, your income is about $2,000 a month. If you help 6 people become directors, your income is about $5,000 a month. So the income that you earn depends on how much you help the people in your group to become successful like yourself. So at this stage, I would like to invite a very dear friend of ours. Jesse, if you can hear me, just unmute yourself and just tell us your wonderful story. Jesse?
Yes, Paul, I can hear you.
Yes, just go ahead.
Thank you, Paul. Sorry, Pascal, my apologies. Thank you. I really always enjoy the way you present the business. You present it in a way that is quite simple, easy, plain, and very easy to understand. And I truly believe that for all our guests on the call this evening, they have appreciated what it is that we do. As already mentioned, my name is Jesse Ainebyoona. I come from Kampala, Uganda. That's where I was born. That's where I was brought up. I'm married. My wife is called Diana. Together, we have two amazing girls. Ruby, who is 4, making 5 early next year, and Moriah, who is now 2.5 years. I love this opportunity, and whenever I'm invited to share about my story, I'm really humbled because today when Paul reached out and asked if I could share my story, I was excited because I know that there are people on the call that resonate with my own experience. And mine began when I was still in school, because here in my country, in Uganda, when we go to school, like it is in any country, you go to school, you want to pass and get good grades. And for us here in Uganda, we do have a government scholarship scheme where if you pass on merit, you'll go to the university and the government will be the one paying your tuition. It is a dream for every student. And I was just like that. So when we got to high school, I was doing sciences. My dream was one, only one. I didn't know what course I wanted to do. I didn't know what career I wanted to be. The only thing I knew was I wanted to be at the university on government sponsorship. I thought that it would be difficult because university education is quite expensive. So I felt the best gift I can give to my parents is to come to the university and have the government pay. So I really worked, I burnt the midnight oil, as they say. And my dream came to pass when the results were released and I found my name in the national newspapers as having been admitted to the university on mechanical engineering. Now, I didn't quite know what a mechanical engineer does. I didn't quite know what exactly is going to happen after, but the only thing I knew is that it was a dream come true because it was a government scholarship. And I was happy, I was excited, went to the university. And then the moment of truth came when we went to the workshops. We are putting on overalls, putting on gumboots, holding grease, oiling machines. And I just felt like this is not me. This is not my thing. I began to feel a disconnect. And I also began to realize that there are so many people that are working on jobs, not because they really like them, not because they enjoy them, but because they just have to work and earn money. And I feared, I hated the fact that one day, I would be resigned to go to a job that I don't love, I don't like, doing things I don't enjoy, just because I have to earn money. And it is at that moment that this business came my way. In fact, before I lived there, I still remember one time we're in a welding section, in a welding class, because this is mechanical engineering, highly practical. So we were doing welding of machines. This is where you join metals together. And for some reason, my eyes could somehow, I was not just getting it. So I would get the metals, and then whenever I would put them together, the dazzling light, I would have to move my eyes. And because of that, I kept missing the metals. You know, I kept missing the joining part. Then there was someone standing, someone was seated in the workshops, just looking at me, fidgeting, and he said, young man, let me help you. I think I can help you. So he told me, these things are very easy. So he just got it and he joined it, and without even looking at it, the metals joined. And I still remember that at that point, I said a prayer in the silence of my heart. I said, God, the way this man enjoys his work, clearly it showed he was in love with what he was doing. I pray that one day, I will find something that I love to do so much that even if it was not for the money, I would just do it because I enjoy doing it. And as I look back today, that prayer has been answered thanks to this opportunity. And so it was about that time when someone invited me. He was called David. He sadly passed away, but he sent me a message and he said, Jesse, I would like to invite you, come and have a look at a way you can work and make some money even while still a student. I didn't quite understand what he was inviting me to, but one thing for sure is that I trusted him. So I came to the meeting and they presented the business so well, the way Pascal has done. And in my mind, I was thinking, can I do this? I saw products. I wondered now they are going to tell us to go around and sell them. But towards the end of the meeting, they invited some young people to come and share their experiences. These were university students who were almost the same age. Young people were making money. They seemed happier. And in my heart of hearts, I said, whatever they can do, I can also do. If they have done it, I believe I can also do it. And I will never know if it works for me until I try. But one thing is that I was very shy. I didn't know how to approach people. But nonetheless, they said, we shall train you. So I looked for the money. I didn't have the money. And then I finally got started. I bought myself a kit, but I didn't buy any products. At that time, we could only buy a kit. So I got started in the business, and then 1 month passed, a second month, and a third month, and then a fourth month also passed. Nothing, zero was coming in. And then the person who invited me asked me, Jesse, how's your business? I said, I was not really feeling anything happening in the business. And then he asked me a question. He said, Jesse, what products are you using? I didn't want to lie, so I kept quiet. And he said, Jesse, that's where we should start. And right from that moment, this is one thing that I learned, that this business works when you work it. And by working it, I mean following the 3 daily success habits, the way Pascal has eloquently shared them with us. And I remember that time we had just got our faculty allowance. I had planned that money for something else, but I decided, let me make use of this money and I invest in this product. So I went and I bought the cleaning products. I felt like the healthcare products were for older people, sick people. So I went and I bought the cleaning products. Well, the good news is that I have since changed my attitude and I am a good user of the healthcare products. So anyway, I went and I bought those cleaning products, and let me tell you something. I like to say that those products not only worked, they worked on my attitude. Because when I used those products, I developed confidence. The people that I used to fear, I began to talk to them. And I remember that in that 1 month, I brought 5 people into the business. I became a manager and I earned my first check ever in life, because my first check in Neolife was my first check in life. And let me tell you, I really became hopeful that this business would one day work for me. At the time I was a student, I worked the business, became a senior manager. I started earning some more money. And then in my second year at the university, I became a director. Wow. And that was the first time I traveled to Nairobi for the East African Convention. The one that we had yesterday in Dar es Salaam, I traveled for the first time to Kenya in, I think it was 2006, for the East African Convention. I was really excited and I saw the bigger picture of this business. And I told myself, if these Kenyans have done it, I believe I will do it. And I remember at about that time, the company was going to celebrate a Golden Jubilee celebration in London. And they said, if you take your business to this level, you will get an opportunity to travel. Wow, I went and I worked this business. And I will tell you something else that I learned from that experience, that this business works best when you know something, when you know what you really want and you go after it. Man, I worked that business because I knew this would be the first time in my life ever to get on a plane. In fact, I went to British Council, got pictures of London, went to a travel agent, got a picture of an aeroplane, and I had them on my diary. And I really worked the business, talked to people. Some people said no, others said yes, but it doesn't matter. You just keep on working. And I remember on that day we were set to travel. It was my first day on an aeroplane. I went and I suited up. You know, people, when they are traveling, they put on casual. For me that day, I said, no, we are not going to play in these things. I went and I put on a suit, walked into the airport with my bag, and someone looked at me and said, Jesse, if they look at the way you're dressed, my goodness, they might sit you on the first class. Well, I traveled to London that day. And something interesting, by the way, that I also learned was that your dreams can come true. The picture of the aeroplane that I had in picture form was an Emirates aircraft. And guess what? We used Emirates to fly to London. Now, one might think it was by coincidence, but it is not. It was intention. Life has a way it brings you the things that you crave the most. And I went to London for 2 weeks, came back. I remember that is the same year I bought myself my first car. I was a student, really happy and excited. And what is even amazing is that that year I was in my 3rd year, and then the university came to pick students with the highest degree, used to call them CGPA, the highest grade points in class, and I was among. And for me, I like to make a joke that, you know, when I started making money, the academic stress began to reduce, because whether there was, if they asked a question, what is applied thermodynamics, even if I'm not sure of the answer, I will put up my hand, and even if I don't get the answer right, the money will still come. And that alone for me, it set me free, because I knew that I would never walk the streets looking for a job. There was freedom in that. And I don't know if there is any student here, but I will tell you something. Here in Uganda, if you apply for a job, after 1 week, if you go to hand in your application, you'll be like number 1,000, and they just need 2 people. So it is serious. The need for jobs is really high. And for me to be making that money as a student, driving my own car at the university, graduating to a life where I know I will never have to walk the streets looking for a job, that was an amazing thing for me. And for me, I will forever be grateful that I got to learn about this business when I was still a student, because it is what gave me the momentum to do the business the way I do it now. Now, fast forward, at a later time, having done mechanical engineering for quite some time, I felt a hunger and I said, but can I do something with my degree? And the beauty about this business is that it gives you freedom. So I remember it was after 4 years, I think it was 3 to 4 years, I went back to the university, drove my car to the university, and I started applying for my transcript. So they asked me, you graduated 4 years ago, where have you been? I said, I've been running my own business. I would like to have my transcript and see if I can do something with my profession. The government paid, maybe I can give back. So I found an opportunity to work as a mechanical engineer, while at the same time I was doing Neolife business on a part-time basis. And let me tell you something, friends, that was another life-changing moment. I will forever be grateful that I had an opportunity to work on a corporate job. I worked on that job for 2 years and 4 months. And let me tell you something that I learned. I learned a number of things, but I had always heard of people being retrenched, restructuring. I used to hear, but now I had an opportunity to see with my eyes, to see what exactly these things mean. I still remember there was a man who was in the organization for about 30 years. In fact, quite a long time. And then the organization went through a restructuring and he lost his job. I asked myself, my goodness, if you have dedicated your whole life to a company and they restructure and they let you go, clearly, you never own your job. In fact, I like to joke that even those ID cards that they give you with your name and photo, if you look behind, they will tell you this is property of this organization. So even your own ID is not yours, and for me, that really got me thinking at a deeper level. And then another thing that I learned from that job experience was there were people that used to complain every day going to the workplace. They used to complain. And my manager called me aside and said, Jesse, those people are complaining, but tomorrow they will be here first thing in the morning at 8. And I realized that, back in the day, there was slave trade where people used to take people by force to go and work in those plantations. But today, friends, there is modern day slavery where you literally drag yourself to a place that you don't love, you don't enjoy, but you have to be there, whether you like it or you don't. And for me, I said, I will never be resigned to this kind of slavery. And I remember after all this period, I had read something that rich people get a job to learn, poor people get a job to earn. And after working on the corporate job for 2 years and 4 months, and by the way, this business part-time was paying me more than my full-time job. But also I remember at that time I was recently married, so I would have to leave very early in the morning at around 6:30. And I really hated the whole idea of leaving my wife in bed and then go to work and then come back in the evening. And after 2 years and 4 months on the job, I decided to write my own letter. I wrote a letter saying that I was going to be leaving the workplace. And the HR came to me and said, Jesse, you've been one of the most productive people here. We would really have liked to see you climb up the corporate ladder. Can you still be with us? Is there something we can do to keep you? I said, no, I have decided. And they said, are you sure you're not going to the competition? I said, no, I run my own business and I'm going to attend to my own business. The lessons I have learned in the corporate world have enabled me to know how to take care of my business. And I gave them 2 months, trained someone, and then I voluntarily left. And for me, it gave me a lot of joy to know that I can voluntarily leave a job and go to focus on my business, something that not many people have the privilege to do. What have I gained out of this business? A number of things, but I will just mention a few. 1, life-changing products. I'm one person who used to get, in fact, back then we used to have medical insurance. The only time I would go to the hospital was when I had flu. That's the only time I ever went to the clinic or hospital. And I remember one time I said to myself, but you know, we have vitamin C, let me use it. I started using vitamin C and zinc long before COVID came to existence. I started using those products. And one thing I can honestly say is that I rarely get flu. Those days I would get flu and it would put me down for like 3 days without doing anything. But when I began to use the products, I've used many products, but 2 products that I can confidently say I have seen work in my own personal life, vitamin C and zinc, I have hardly got flu ever since I started using those products. Later on, we got our 2 children, and for all of them, we were using products when we were expecting them. And I can tell you, we rarely go to the hospital. In fact, we normally go when we are taking them for immunization. They hardly fall sick. Of course, I give God the glory, but I also know that we use the products. So the products have really changed and transformed our lives. The other thing is that we have made some good money. We have put it into an investment. And today we are able to see the returns of the money that we have made from Neolife. We have bought property that we are planning to develop in a few years from now. Then, this I love really much. We have freedom. Let me tell you something about freedom. Next month, we'll be married for 7 years, my wife and I. In fact, in the next 8 days, we'll be married for 7 years. But I can tell you, because we work, like my wife is at home, so we have flexible working schedules. We spend more time together. Our marriage is stronger. We feel much more connected because we work together. We spend more time together. I bond more with my children. They are still young, and I hate to leave them. I would hate to leave them very early. I mean, when I remember how I used to work on a job, leaving the house at 6:30 a.m., they are still asleep, come back at 8 p.m., they have already gone to bed. I can't imagine working so hard to provide for a family that I don't spend my time with. This business has given us the freedom. In fact, at the time when COVID came in, we were planning to take our child, our elder daughter, Ruby, to school. But when COVID came in, we decided, let us homeschool them. We have the capacity, we have the time, we have the financial resources. And so today we are homeschooling her. And it is nice to connect and bond with a child at that tender age. It has also been an amazing time for me because I have had an opportunity to travel. I've been to London, I've been to Mauritius, I've been to Zanzibar, I've been to Cape Town, I've been to Durban, I've been to H. The list is endless, you know. In fact, one of those trips, I traveled first class. Hello? First class. And it was, I mean, you will, you know, when you have not traveled much by air, you'll be thinking, but what's the big deal? Either way, you're in the plane and it's in the sky. No. There is a huge difference between an ordinary ticket and a first class travel. It's really different. The ambience, the atmosphere, the treatment, it was just nice. All because of Neolife. I will tell you, where would I have got an opportunity to travel first class, go where to do what, to see who and who would pay? But Neolife has given me that amazing opportunity. The last thing that I'll mention is personal development. And I think for me, that's one of the biggest, because growing up, I'll tell you this, I was not a very bright student. The grades that I got were because I really worked hard. I don't count myself a natural genius academically, but I really worked my way through, and that's how I managed to get the grades I got. But for a long time, I found myself average. In fact, the only thing in school I got other than my academic papers was a certificate in my high school that said I was the best debater in my high school year, the best debater. That's the only certificate that I ever got in school, okay? So when I finally moved on and I asked myself, but where am I going to use this? Now, other than academics, what else can I use? The only thing that I knew I could do was to communicate. And let me tell you something, Neolife has brought Jesse out of his shell. I was not the person you see me today. Never. I was shy. I could not stand in front of people. I could not talk. The first time I tried, my brain shut down. I shook like a leaf and my knees had fellowship. Okay. But I want to tell you that today I have addressed different audiences. I have communicated. I feel like Neolife has really helped me to discover myself. Recently, I was recognized by an international organization for being a distinguished communicator and leader. In Uganda, we are 4 people that hold that accolade, the world over. And so this is something that I bring to you to say that if you are like me, then you have opportunity, because Neolife is the place where leaders are made. If there are any young professionals here, I will tell you this. The skills that the job market needs are never taught in school. Attitude, leadership, communication, public speaking, negotiation, those skills are not taught in school. Even if they teach them, you will not catch them. But in Neolife, you learn them when you begin to approach prospects, when you begin to present your business, when you begin to talk about the products, when you begin to negotiate. That is how you develop some of these skills. You can never learn them from school. You only catch them as you build your business. And I want to implore you, if there are any young graduates, young professionals, this is the opportunity that you need to be a part of. You need to own your life. You want to have your time and do the things you want to do the most. You know, today at times when it rains here in Kampala, rather than hit the road when there is traffic, I wait for the rain to stop. And then I drive out of the house at about 9:30. And I am happy because I determine my working time. I determine my schedule. If there are any guests on the call, I want to invite you to be a part of Neolife. I believe that we serve a God who answers prayer. The way he answered my prayer in the workshop, when I said, God, give me something that I would do and enjoy, so that even if it's not for the money, I would still do it. That prayer was answered. And I believe that God still answers prayer. And if you have been praying, I have a friend in South Africa called Mike Van de Venter. He usually says that he believes that this was a God-sent opportunity. How? He says when he prayed, the only thing that came was this one. And it is true. That's how God answers. So if you have been here, you're praying for financial breakthrough, God will not come in the middle of the night and put money on your account. No, he gives you opportunity, and then you have an opportunity to make a choice. And I just want to say that even when you choose not to choose, you have still chosen. So be a part of this opportunity, because it can really change and transform your life. To the distributors, I just want to leave you with 3 things before I hand back to Pascal. The first is what I said earlier. This business works, but it works when you work it. Do the work. This is not a difficult business. I mean, I did mechanical engineering and some things were really hard. This is not brain surgery or rocket science. This is as simple as talking to the next person. Simply work the business. Work the business. The way we work the business is by talking to people. So the business works, but it works when you work it. If you don't work it, it won't work for you. So work it. And then the second thing is be consistent. You know, at times we do things and they seem to work for some time and then we stop. But when you stop, it also stops. So be consistent. I like the statement that successful people do consistently the things that ordinary people do occasionally. Let me say that again. Successful people do consistently what ordinary people do occasionally. So that simply means talk to people. In fact, Charlie Bolton, our mentor in this business, says talking to people is like breathing. You don't have to plan to breathe. It just happens naturally, organically, and normally. So let this be a way of life. And then number 3, the first one, work the business. The second one, be consistent. The third is believe. Believe that if others have done it, you can do it. And let me tell you, that is what keeps me going every day. I have 2 big dreams. The first one is to be a fully qualified and strong member of the president's team. That is my dream. That is what I'm going after. And watch, one day I'll come and tell the story while putting on a 4-rupee pin. That is my prayer. That is my dream. That's what I'm working for. Every day I wake up, I am going for that one. The second one is to be an internationally sought after inspirational speaker, trainer, author, consultant, and a coach. That is what keeps me going. What is your dream? Because it is your dream that will determine how your life will look like. So it's been a pleasure sharing my experience with you. I pray that this will inspire you to take your business to the next level, because whatever others have done, you too can do. Back to you, Pascal. Pascal, are you there?
Hello? Hello,
Yes,
Jesse?
hello. Yes, hello.
Yes, Jesse?
Yes, Gladys, I hear you. I see Pascal now.
Okay.
All right. Pascal, you're muted. Okay. Gladys or Rahab, I think I don't know if Pascal is having any challenge with being able to unmute.
Abi.
Yes, and my sincere apologies. There was a technical problem. I could not unmute myself.
Oh, sorry about that.
Thank you so much, Jesse. I really, really appreciate your testimony. You know, I've been looking at the comments from the people who are attending the meeting. It's fantastic. In fact, somebody called Gerard sent a message. Is this true? Gerard, I can tell you this is true. Speak to the person who invited you. They will show you how to get to the level that Jesse has reached, or even go beyond where he has reached. So Jesse, it's really, really a pleasure to listen to your story. Every time I listen to your story, I want to start the business all over again. So thank you so much. So those of you who are guests, sorry, Gladys, if you could, I need to share the screen. Could you? Gladys, can you hear me? Hi, Gladys.
It's done, Pascal. It's done now.
Okay, thanks. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, my apologies. Sometimes technology plays tricks on us. So, Jesse, that was really a fantastic story you've shared with us. And for those of you who are guests, the people who are watching this presentation for the very first time, or if you're already a distributor and you'd like to get to where the level that Jesse has reached, just follow the guidelines of your upline growing leader. And what I like about this business is the company has tried to make this business very, very efficient in terms of building the business. For example, there are lots of services where you can do the business online. If you want to order products, you can order them online. You don't need to get to the physical. You don't need to get there physically to be able to order your products. Registration of new distributors, you can do it online. The moment you register with the company as a distributor, the company creates for you your own back office. That means your own personalized website where you can monitor and manage your business. Training is done online, either locally or internationally. For example, on the screen, I was just checking distributors from different regions. I've seen somebody from Nigeria, somebody from Sweden. I see people from Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, South Africa. So this business, you can build it all around the globe because of the current technology. Delivery of products, the company contracts courier companies in different markets to deliver products to our customers. Payment of products is done online or by mobile transfer. Payment of bonuses and commissions is done by electronic funds transfer. So the company has made it very efficient. Jesse was talking about traveling. In 2019, Betty and I had the privilege to attend the Ruby Orientation Leadership School in Johannesburg at the Santon Sun Hotel. 4 days, the company pays for your trip, pays for your accommodation for 4 days, and you're treated like kings. 2017, distributors went to Abu Dhabi to share their experiences, do shopping, so that you see, this is a way of the company telling you, thank you so much for your leadership and for your effort to build this level of business. Those are some of the people who attended the leadership school in Santon Sun Hotel in Johannesburg in 2019, people from South Africa, Mozambique, people from Tanzania, Nigeria, Ghana, people from Namibia, so people from different regions. If you're a guest, speak to the person who invited you. They will give you an application form to fill. Your registration amount in South Africa is between 720 and 2,810. In Kenya is 7,360 or 8,970. In Nigeria is 18,400 or 23,650 naira. In Tanzania is 140,500 or 170,700. In Uganda is 2,003,900 or 242,500 Uganda shillings. In USA is 99 US dollars. Sweden is 1,025 Swedish krona. In Italy is 64 euros, and in Ghana is 240 or 384 Ghanaian cedis. So if you're a guest, go back to the person who invited you. But remember this, success begins with a decision. When you decide that, okay, I want a different lifestyle, I want a better life, I want to grow to a level where I can be as successful as Jesse, success begins with a decision. The next thing is you need to know what you want. What is your dream? What is it that you want to achieve in this business? Number two, find out what you need to do for your dream to become true. That means you need to be teachable. Number three, just sheer hard work, discipline, guts, persistence in building the business. And the fourth one is you need to have faith in yourself. You need to have faith in your sponsor, that is the person who invited you. You need to have faith in the company, Neolife. If you have these things, nothing will stop you from becoming successful. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're a guest, turn to the person who invited you. Tell them, look, I want to start the business yesterday. I want to be successful as the people whose stories I've heard today. They will guide you and they will give you information how to get started. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. God bless you, and may God expand your lives until all your dreams are fulfilled. Thank you and good night.